Number one, briefly describe the age of Charlemagne. The age of Charlemagne was a time when Charlemagne ruled and made a big impact in Europe. He was a king, and his empire covered a lot of Western Europe during its region. There was important cultures and religious changes, and he helped bring about a period of learning and artistic growth. Number two, briefly describe Chelms's empire. Chelms's empire was huge. It was covered with big chunks of Western Europe, like France, Germany, Italy, and parts of Spain. He was a powerful king, and his empire was called the Carolingian Empire. It had the big impact on Europeans' history. Number three, describe the Carolingians' art. Carolingians' arts were super cool. They happened during the Carolingian time and included things like architecture, sculptures, and manuscript illumination. They had interact designs and rich colors. Number four, briefly describe Feudal Europe. Feudal Europe was a system in the Middle Age where people exchanged lands for loyalty and military service. King granted land to nobles who then granted land to knights and peasants. It created a social hierarchy. Identify the two main artifacts from feudal Europe. Here are some. So from 7.6 and 6.10, an impact that recount a battle from Charles Champagne is Islamic Spain. The epic's hero is Roland, a lieutenant at Charlemagne, who fights bravely against an overwhelming force of Muslim knights. Then the next figure is 6.11, which is the Bag's Tapsi, recounts the chains of events in complex fictional narratives while hanging despiting scenes from legends or history commonly decorated feudal halls. Six, briefly describe a monasticism. Monasticism was a very way of life where people dedicated themselves to a religious community. They lived in monastery or convents, following strict rules and focusing on prayers and medication. It played a big role in preserving knowledge and contributing to the medieval Europe. Next one, identify the foremost medical philosophers. One of the most philosophers was Thomas Aquinas. He was important contribution to Christianity, to theology, and philosophy. His ideas are studied today. Hildegard Bingen was a genius in poetry and music. Herodotus was Gandersum was one of the most remarkable literary artists of our days. Number two, it says identify and learn 10 talented avant-garde women and explain how they are accomplished. So Hildegard of she was a genius in poetry and music. Hieronymus of London, she was a remarkable literary art. Ada Lovelace, she was the world's first computer programmer. Amelia Hart, she was a aviation pioneer. Rosa Parks, she sparked the Montgomery bus cult. Frida Kahlo, she was a famous Mexican artist. Maria Curie, she conducted groundbreaking research on radioactivity. Malayusha Vis, she fought for girls' education. Jane Goodall, she studied the chimpanzees and their behavior. Coco Chanel, she was women's fashion. Okay, next one. It says identify the 7 Gothic movies or TVs. Addams Family, Beetlejuice, The Haunting of Hill Houses, Dark Shadows, Crimson Peak, Penny Dreadful, and Sleepy Hollow. Next one, B, part B. Where have we told Miss Applied a term that meant one thing in the past, but we now use the term with a very different meaning? So literary, it's used to mean something that actually happened, but now people use it as to add emphasis to something even if it's not true, like saying I'm literally starving when you're just really hungry. Hacker, it's used to describe somebody's skill with computers, but now it's often used to refer to people who break into a computer system illegally. Friend, it used to mean someone you had it's close friends with, but now it can include online connection or people you don't know well. Number 3, describe the new learning. The new learning refers to a period of intellectual and cultural growth during the Renaissance in Europe. It was a time when scholars and thinkers embraced new ideas, focused on humanism, and sought knowledge beyond traditional. Um, Next one, describe the new learning. The new learning refers to a period of intentional cultural growth during the Renaissance in Europe. It was a time where scholars and thinkers embraced new ideas, focused on humans, and sought knowledge beyond traditional teaching. The new learning emphasized the importance of critical thinking, exploration, and pursuit of knowledge in various fields such as art, literature, science, and philosophy. This shift is a mindset has a profound impact on society and paved the way for the significant achievements in different areas of study. It was an exciting time, discovery, and progress. 4. Describe Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas was a renowned philosopher and theologian from the 13th century. He is best known for his work in reconciling faith and reasons, particularly through the influence writing of natural theology and a scholasticism. Number 5, describe courtly love. Courtly love was a medieval European concept that emerged during the Middle Age. It was a code of conduct that governed the romantic relationship between knights and noble ladies. Courtly love emphasizing chivalry, devotion, and administration towards the loved lady. Describe the slavery. Slavery was a code of conduct followed by knights during medieval times. It emphasized virtues such as honor, bravery, loyalty, and respect towards women. Number 7, Diana Divine Comedy in the Pilgrim. Diana Divine Comedy is an epic poem by Diana and Chaucer's tells in a collection of stories by Geoffrey Chaucer. They're both famous workers for the literature for a different time period. Briefly describe the parish. The parish, also known as the Fresco Prato, was an Italian poet and scholar who lived during the 14th century. He is often considered one of the founders of the humanism and is best known for his sonnet. Describe the International Gothic. The International Gothic was an elegant and detailed art style that emerged in the late 14th century, and it featured delicate figures, vibrant colors, and intricate patterns. Number 10, researchers online and states the date of 8 crusades. Some social resource always identifies 9 itself, 9 instead of 8. Crusade, the Second Crusade from 1100 to 47 BC, the Third Crusade from 1188 to 92 BC, the Fourth Crusade 1204, the Fifth Crusade 1217, the Sixth Crusade 1228, the Seventh Crusade 1249 to 52, the Eighth Crusade 1270.